What is up, metalheads? I'm Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel, and today I got another really cool knife for you guys to check out. This is an overview of a knife that's going to be in the upcoming knife sale, which is going live to patrons on September the 2nd at 6 p.m. and live to everyone else on YouTube September the 3rd at 6 p.m. and that is Eastern time. If you are considering buying any of these knives that you've seen all these overviews for, and there's a lot of knives you haven't seen videos for, I'm going to make as many videos as I can before the sale. And if you have any questions about any of these knives, comment in any of the videos, I'll answer, or DM me on Instagram. But I'll also link my Patreon below. There are 3 tiers to Patreon. Tier 1, you get early access like everyone else, 24 hours early access to the knife sale. Tier 2, you get 5% off any knives purchased, and there's a couple other little benefits in there. Tier 3, you get 10% off every knife purchased. So that 10% can add up quite quickly, and the Patreon can pay for itself, and you can save money. So take a look at it. Just click the link, and you can see the different tiers and all the things that are offered. So, all right, today we're going to take a look at the Monterey Bay Knives EWC Everywhere Carry. Ray Laconico design. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Nice size and shape for EWC. And this knife is a non-locking knife. It's not a slip joint. It's a double detent. So it's, you flip it open and you can push it shut. It takes a little bit of pressure to close it, but not much. So this is, you know, not a knife that you want to do any like heavy use with. But man, it is addicting to play with. That much I can tell you. Just like that in the last knife sale, that Vero Neuron. That thing's addicting too. This is just as addicting. It's fun to try to get it to close right in the right spot. Like that. Nail it and not have it bounce. Oh, not far enough. Not far enough. Yeah, fun little knife. Comes with the standard MBK zipper pouch with your wipe. There's actually some extra hardware and bearings and stuff in here. I'll have to follow up with the owner and see if they upgraded to skiffs. They may have put skiffs in this knife. And yeah, it's quite possible they did. There's an extra pivot in there, pivot screw, washer. Yeah, so extra hardware and the Monterey Bay wipe. Go ahead and get that out of here. I love their pouches too, man. They make nice pouches. Some pouches you get with some companies, they're just really cheap filling, you know. These are not. These are well made for sure. I cannot find the specs on this knife anywhere, even on Monterey Bay's website, so we're going to check those ourselves. I do know it is M390 blade. Scales are full titanium, titanium pocket clip, titanium backspacer. It's all titanium and M390 basically. And the titanium is, I think it's bead blasted. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's bead blasted, and polished satin blade. Good looking knife, man. Good looking knife. Fingerprint magnet, of course, as every satin knife is. This knife is basically brand new, never even been sharpened. Don't see any markings on the titanium. Even the pocket clip looks, I don't see any snail trails or anything. Gorgeous, gorgeous knife. I don't think these are being made anymore either. If they are, they're not being advertised by Monterey Bay Knives. So, pretty cool knife. But let's check the specs on it. We're going to have to do it the old school way. I can't find anything online. Plus, it's probably better to verify them anyway. Let's just do the tape on the length. 6 7/8 overall length. Blade length is going to be right at 2 3/4. So you're safe if you're in one of those commie states. The width on the handle .39 inches, so pretty thin. 0.4 inches. Let's call it 0.4. They are a little bit contoured, so, and the blade stock is going to be 130 thousandths, same as the Slayback actually. And the weight on this beautiful little addicting double detent, I'm gonna guess 3.3 ounces. It's pretty lightweight. 3.0, even less than I thought. 2.9. 3.1. Okay, come on scales. Hold on. What's going on here? We're going to call it 3 ounces. Check it one more time, though. Make sure we zero this bitch out. Time for some new scales. 2.9. We're going to call this 3 ounces. It weighs 3 ounces. Very comfortable in your pocket. Pocket clip works perfectly. Milled titanium clip goes in and out of the pocket perfectly. They do have on their website Damascus clips that you can replace this with. I think they're like $65. That would look fantastic on this knife, Damascus. It'd be amazing. The action is extremely good. It's double detent action though, so you understand that. If you've never had a double detent, it definitely works a little differently than a regular knife. The flipper action's really good. Detent is stout, but not too stout, and you want it to be a little stout on a double detent, but once you get the hang of it, you can just go back and forth and nail it. And you can also do the top flip thing. Basically, it is a top flipper. I think you can even do like a thumb flick. Yeah, you could. And you could probably also do the, oh yeah, you can do the knuckle roll for sure. Actually, I think I prefer the knuckle roll over the thumb because it's so far back, it's kind of hard to get to the thumb. But the knuckle roll, perfect. Very sharp edge on this knife. Very, very sharp. Beautiful blade. All right, let's do some size comparisons real quick so you guys can get an idea on the size of this beauty. This is one of those I would love to buy myself up from the sale, but my bank account says you can't. I'd also like to buy this one. This is also in the sale. This is the Monterey Bay knife Slayback. This is a liner lock, so this is not a double detent. Same pocket clip. Very similar looking knives. Ray Laconico designed. You know, you can tell by looking at it, it's a Ray Laconico knife most of the time. And we'll go ahead and do another Ray Laconico knife that is in the knife sale, the Kaiser Gemini. A little different from Ray Laconico, but it is a Ray Laconico. Quite a bit smaller than the Gemini, but pretty much identical in size to the Slayback. Let's see, what else can we do here? Let's do, this is not in the cell, the Tactile Rock Wall. A little shorter than the Rock Wall. And this is another cool knife to compare it to, the Quiet Carry IQ. It's actually just a touch longer than the IQ and a little bit smaller than the Rock Wall. That would be a killer knife collection right there. Those three knives would be fantastic to have as a knife collection. You got a liner lock, got a frame lock, and you got a double detent. Some sick knives with sick steel. Yeah, just some killer knives. Here's another knife that's in the knife sale. A smaller knife. It's a tiny ass knife. The Chavez Tac M390 also, and this is M390. Of course, we got to do a Spyderco pair of 3. Not in the sale, by the way. I got to do some anno work to that one. How about the Kaiser Mini Bettlager? That'd be a good comparison, I think. It's a little longer than the Bettlager. Not by much, though. Not by much. We got to do mini Bettlager, not in the cell, by the way. Got to do a penguin. The penguin is not in the cell. Although I did just give a penguin away to one lucky winner. How about the Vastid Bellamy? It's going to be a lot shorter than the Bellamy. Still got to do a video on the Bellamy. This is not in the cell either, though. Really like the Bellamy, actually. Fantastic knife. Here's a smaller knife that is in the cell. The Kaiser Delorme. Almost identical in length to the Delorme. Here's another smaller knife that is in the cell. The Spyderco Chaparral, the Sun and Moon version. It's obviously quite a bit thinner and a little bit, and it's long. It's the Spyderco's thinner and a little bit shorter than the EWC. Some more smaller knives here. How about the Zero Tolerance 0450? This is in the cell. A little shorter than that, but thickness-wise, they're almost identical. How about the Wee Banter? Is in the cell. Those are good comparisons. Although the Banter is a little wider, a little more junk in the trunk, but everything else is about the same. What else we got out here that we can do? Not in the cell, but we'll go ahead and throw one out there. Good comparison, I think. The Vist Variant PE. And another one not in the cell, but I think is another good comparison, is the 80-20.5. Actually, it's not really a good comparison. It's a lot longer than the EWC. This is going to be a lot longer too, and it's not in the cell, the Benchmade Bug Out. What else we got out here? How about the Benchmade Mini Bug Out? This is in the cell. Those are very good comparisons, actually. It's a little longer than the Mini Bug Out. It's also a little thicker, but this Mini Bug Out has AWT aftermarket scales and backspacer on it. Nice knife. Very nice knife. Very well built. Beautiful knife. How about the Christensen Blade Works Maverick? This is in the cell. Or, what else we got here? Go ahead and throw Protect Malibu out there. This is in the cell also. So I think that's enough to give you guys an idea on the size of this knife. It's a everywhere carry knife. That's why they call it the EWC. And, you know, it's safe in every one of those crazy states that some of you poor folks happen to live in. But, you know, if you live in one of those states, you can buy a knife with a longer blade. Just FYI. I don't know what your laws are, but my laws where I'm at say I can sell you whatever knife I want to sell you. So if you want any of these knives, keep an eye out. Well, you know when the video's coming. You know when it's going to go live. But I would highly recommend checking out Patreon. And I'm not saying that just because it helps the channel, which it does. I'm saying that because you can save some money. Especially if you start buying knives that are in that $200-300 range. You get 10% off. That adds up pretty quick, guys. So, yeah. And especially if you buy multiples, too. Because if you buy multiples, you get $5 off each knife. Because it saves in shipping. So, you can get some really good deals on some knives. Individually, if you're on Patreon, actually, you're going to get they're all going to be priced below, you know, all these are going to be really good deals on these knives. So You're not going to find them cheaper anywhere else. I'll put it that way. All right, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button for me. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. And make sure your notifications are on so you find out about all these knives. I'm dropping a lot of these videos, and you can keep up with sale information. I'll also be posting stuff on my Instagram, which I will link below also. And yeah, updates and details. So follow me on Instagram too if you aren't already, and I will follow you back. All right, guys. Thank you again. I appreciate you all so much. And I will see you all on the next one.